Welcome in, sim racing fans, and welcome to IRPAS Fendy Racing Season 9. Season opener live here from the virtual Mount Panorama. Live from the land down under here in Bathurst. Welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully you're all doing well and had a great off season. As we now cut in out here from virtual trackside, appreciate all of you joining in, as well as our sponsors and affiliates that will continue to cycle out there throughout the top right side of your screen. Some newer faces in some newer places, also some newer affiliates out there joining us that had kind of been around this Fendy Racing International Racers Pro-Am series for quite a few seasons time. Got the ESGI Custom Graphics as well as IRPAS Designs, this Fendy Racing team. This is the International Racers Pro-Am Series rebranded and ready to go. As well as Mittens Liveries out there, Mitch Crowther on Discord. Make sure you hit up Mitch if you are looking to get your logos and paint teams ahead in the right direction, as well as IRPAS Designs and Fast Fashion X if you're looking to get a little bit more fast fashion out there on your personal wear. And yes, I'm talking Fendy Racing personal wear out there. We've actually seen a couple of these drivers who have come into that first season, coming into a couple of these races out there with their live driver cameras on out there, and we've seen that they've already taking into some of those merch designs out there. So appreciate those drivers for coming in out there and kind of wearing us out there. As Joshua Muir we're going to join in right now. This is not necessarily the race here just yet. This is a top 10 qualifying kind of shootout now that we are looking at here. Nick Batista right now, we're going to go in from 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 1st, 5th, 4th, 2nd, and then 1st out there as far as these qualifying efforts go. We have had about a whole week within open qualifying sessions, and now we have taken the fastest 10 drivers from those open qualifying sessions and slapped them right out here on the track tonight. We're going to start out here with Nick Batista. He's going to actually come down and complete his flying lap out here. Gonna set it right down there up and in front of us. That number 67 is going to go. What did he put down? A 2:04.573. And it's going to be pretty cool how this actually is all working out there. Is right after that was Nick Batista who completed his lap. Now we have Joshua Muir out there on the track in that number 40, kind of purple and white. Got the neon yellow rims out there in that dog fight. He's running that the Mustang GT3 this season, Infinite Racing. Now, I know we got some Joshua Muir fans out there in YouTube land, and right now, I will have to say the timing and scoring graphics, it's not updated here just yet to Season 9. That should be updated here right after this top 10 shootout there. So although it does say Joshua Muir in that AM category, he's actually part of Pro out there. What a season it was after coming in, what was P2 in that AM category, fighting it out with Rene Garcia as well. Both of those drivers, Joshua Muir, Rene Garcia, and even Shane Wells out there graduating from that AM category. Joshua Muir hauling the mail back down and through the mountain we go. And I believe, what was that? It was a BMW last season, if my memory does serve me correct here. As we see Joshua Muir, this is a risky call, but I think Joshua, a little bit of gambling man here, if you will, out there. This is it's a lot heavier GT3 machine, but with that comes great responsibility out there. We've seen some Ford Mustangs have some pace at some few select tracks out there. Mount Panorama, it could be one of them, but that mountain section is going to be kind of the be-all, tell-all out there. Joshua Muir coming out there in the final 3 corners of his flying lap. Number 40 out of Infinite Racing out there. He's going to really use every little bit of that exit and then slowly drift out back to the right side of the track and open up this corner entrance and open up that corner exit there to complete his flyer of a lap. He was chasing Nick Batista's first lap as Joshua Muir goes with a 2:03.565. And for those of you that are just now joining us, well, first of all, welcome in. Sean Stam here on Stam Studio Network. Joshua Muir is shown right now at the fastest qualifying lap time out there, but that is I mean, that is true. Don't get me wrong, but Joshua Mir, after graduating up into that pro category, going to need. I'll update those graphics here in just right side and after this top 10 shootout. Now we have. Is it Michael Zugmont? Well, okay. Michael Zugmont on the track. Oh man, John Jennings gonna smack that wall out there on that tire barrier. As here comes that number 911 right in back and there behind him. So looks like this lap will be given to that number 911 Mercedes white and black machine after he's starting to make his way backing up the racetrack out here. Let's hop on board here and let's crank this puppy up right now. Watch these hands and listen to these feet go to work. Michael Zugmont comes across the stripe and completes his lap. As you see, it is a monster to get these GT3s up and down and around Mount Panorama. Checking in also down there in YouTube land, yes, it does say 1 hour of qualifying, but that's not necessarily here the case. We're going to, this is just a top 10 shootout there, so right there after this top 10 shootout, we're going to go right there and into the race session. John Jennings here coming across the stripe. He completed last season, Season 8, the International Racers Pro-Am Series. Out of Fendi Racing, I believe that was 5th in the point standings. He had a nice, solid season out there rocking and rolling. He had some pace out there, quite a few of these tracks as well. It's home track racing out there for the man from the land down under. John Jennings out there, nice start to his qualifying lap, as it looks like they're going to put Jeremy Jukic out there on the track here as well. So I do believe this will set his time out there. This will be John Jennings' flyer of a lap. Make sure you can't, there is no room for error, especially coming right back up the hill. Kind of a little bit more calm and cordial approach there to the corners. Remember, these are fixed setups. We are running with what we'll have 60% here on the fuel tanks within the race, but within those fixed setups as well, you don't really have that ability to really adjust those tire pressures up there before your flyer of a lap. So you're really on kind of cool tire temps, cool tire, lower tire pressures as well. John Jennings out there making it happen right now. That number 17 looks like it's flying with some pace as we hop on board with him, going back down and around town. Something that I've noticed out there with John Jennings compared to our first two qualifiers out there, Nick Batista and Joshua Mir. John Jennings out there a little bit earlier entrance within that corner, the Falcon corner out there, which I think really sets up our most important corner of the racetrack. You have to nail that corner entrance to really pin that throttle pedal down and stretch your legs and work your way down here and up through the gears. John Jennings, it's this section right here, it's a tough one out there because it really invites you to set up and really brake late going into that corner. Next thing you know, you'll have an off-track penalty. An off-track penalty results in a loss of qualifying lap time. John Jennings coming across the stripe here. Is he quicker? It definitely looked quicker. It will be a 2:03.863. It's not. It's still Joshua Muir out there. Although shown, I'm going to try to fix that here real quick. Joshua Muir, 2P1 still standing over John Jennings. Alrighty, just like that, the Joshua Muir fiasco has been all fixed out. I appreciate you kind of sticking around there with me and allowing me to make some changes out there. Oh, as we hop on board with Jeremy Jukic's flyer of a lap time. Made his way through that Etihad corner. Here's another one of those corners you have to really do so much work on that steering wheel to set up each and every single one of them. And then it's kind of street course-esque, if you will. You can't use too much of corner exit, especially through this sector right here, is because you see there are concrete walls. They're just begging for you to smack your wall, smack your right and left rear corner panels out there. Speaking of quarter panels, hopping on the right front camera shot. Look at how close he got. Oh my God! He clips our camera into the wall. Jeremy Juke is going to have to owe us a new GoPro here after this one. This looks to be a nice lap time here for our Fendi Racing driver out of the United States here of America. I think his special misses out there coming just here, or they were just coming home from their way from the hospital from an ultrasound out there. So sounds like they'll have a new one headed their way. Jeremy Jukic he's about to come across the line in what seems to be a flyer of a lap time out there. He is chasing everybody right now, chasing Joshua Muir's flyer of a 2:03.565 in that Ford Mustang. As soon as I say that, though, it's Ford versus Chevrolet. Here comes Jeremy Jukic across the stripe. Sets down a 2:03.1, 4/10 of a second faster than Joshua Muir's Ford Mustang. Back into some more pro categories. It's Christopher Romero. Christopher, I know that he wasn't able to compete with, every single race here with us last season. And that actually was... that was actually why Christopher Romero was only able to finish up there within the fourth standings in the points as far as those pro categories go. But man, oh man, if Christopher's able to, we do have one drop race out here in this International Racers Pro-Am Series. But I'll tell you right now, if Christopher Romero is able to keep that speed, pace, consistency out here flying through this league, man, I think we could be chatting with Christopher Romero coming out here, what is it, about 8 weeks' time after that championship run. It's a little bit of a newer paint job out here for Christopher Romero, or at least it's got a safety-looking BMW M3 out here. Number 92, looking clean out there throughout that mountain section. He's just going to pin that throttle pedal down. Keep it on out there. And this is talk about that corner that continues to invite you out here a little bit too much out there through it. Showing the track map up there, the bottom right side of the screen. Here we go. It's so self-inviting. It almost just looks like a little kink out there on the track map. Well, there's the little kink, and then here we go back and around through the left and then back to the right to completely one more 90-degree left, and then that would put down Christopher Romero's lap time. Nice lines out there through the quick chicane as here comes, I believe it's turn 20, is it, out here from Bathurst? Just a little kiss on those left rear on the left curve with those left side tires. Christopher Romero, he'll put down a lap about 1.13 seconds slower than Joshua Muir's. That'll put him to P3. This time it's Samuel Cruz, and ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for him out there in YouTube land. Samuel Cruz coming away with our Points Pro Championship for Season 8 last season. Samuel Cruz, he's got the speed, he's got the pace, man, but it's going to be some tight, close battles out here from Mount Panorama. I think right now we are just have a little bit of a crystal ball here and in front of us right now. This is a glimpse into the future of what we will see in about probably, I'd call it about 15, 20 minutes time until race time out here. We're going to see these drivers hopefully not running side by side out here up and through the mountain, but we will see some nice close quarter combat as well, especially down and through and off of the mountain section, because that is where you really ultimately only pass and opportunities are to be made. Samuel Cruz right now, can we compare his sectors with, I don't think we can. Tell you right now though, Samuel Cruz actually just put down a purple sector 4. That is fastest of the day throughout, what has this been, 4 drivers so far. Looks like that's comparing out there to the green sectors to Paul McCu's lap. So although that purple sector, it is shown fastest of this sector, or excuse me, section today. Will Samuel Cruz continue to keep that flying pace out here up through this final sector of the track as we hop on board with him? Don't brake a little bit too late. Don't carry too much speed. Clips that left curb, clips the right. We're going to work our way back into the last corner here. This is where all this whole lap time comes out here to just don't botch the last one. Samuel just a little bit wide, but he'll get right back in on the gas. Some dirt flies out those right side tires out there. No harm, no foul. It's a 202.893. Samuel Cruz picking up that pro category where he just left off Season 8. It's the man, it's the myth, it's Tim Reed. Tim, P2 out in the pro points just 1 season ago. Driver of the 155, looks like a newer paint scheme out there for him. What is that, Yorkshire T Fendi racing team out of Scotland. Man, we have seen Tim Reed Tim out there, what was it? I think it was only 1 race win from Season 8 there just 1 season ago, but I think it was Season 7 here where it was a multiple victory lane season out there for Tim Reed Tim. We know that Tim's got the speed, he's got the power out there behind him. I think if we actually hop out there within one of our driver eye virtual camera shots out there, listen to this birdie that is back here and underneath this hood. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Tim Reed, he's going to continue to, man, he is pushing it down there through the crest of it out there. As look at those tire marks out there from a couple of drivers who had maybe pushed it there a little bit hard on their qualifying laps, and what I don't believe will count their lap after taking an off-track penalty. So speaking of those off-track penalties within this top 10 shootout, yes, you cannot get one out there or it will disallow your time. But also speaking of those penalties, within once we do start the actual race, we'll only have 11x penalties. So that if you're newer here out to the iRacing simulation universe, you get 1 off-track penalty for putting your car off of the racetrack. You can get 2x penalties out there if you have a loss of control, and then 4x if you have some pretty heavy contact with another driver on the racetrack. Tim Reed Tim, he's coming to complete this lap as we check the sectors. This time it's still all green out there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but no Samuel Cruz purple. Tim Reed out there continues to look like a nice effort out there on his qualifying lap. He'll come across the stripe. Where does it set that number 155? Right there and behind Samuel Cruz by just 1/10 of a second back. At a 2:03 on the money out there for Tim Reed. Puts him up P2. Joining Josh Hagee's lap, looks like he's going to continue to run in the same exact car, same exact paint scheme. Can you blame him? Josh Hagee, P3, pro point standings 1 season ago. Continues running in that number 16. Curious on this braking zone out here in turn 1. cool, calm and collected out there as you see him use a little bit of that curb out there. You got to open up that corner exit to really have a nice run out there going into turns 2, 3, and 4. And speaking of back there in turns 1, and then here we go, turns 2, 3, 4. Once we do get within that race session, and for those of you that are just now joining us, this is Josh Heggie, so I believe our 7th driver to go. Only 3 more drivers, and then we're actually we're gonna book it over there and into the race session. Drivers, if you have a copy, make sure that you book it over to that session relatively quick, because it will only be a 10 minutes intermission separating this top 10 shootout and that actual race session. So back there into the turns that I was mentioning out there, turns 1, 2, and 3 that we saw Josh eventually. Well, he's up there through the mountain out there. This has got to be, what, 7 and 8 now. Turn 1, we will have an orange flag going through out here as we continue to have out there from the International Racers Pro-Am Series. And that's something that I think Dan Finnick has actually caught from one of the leagues out there that he used to race in back, and even before being an ultimate, but being a huge league owner. And we continue to grow this Fendy Racing League out here, man, season after season. And it's grown with the best people imagined that possible. That man, they're friendly drivers out here with you. They'll make you laugh anytime that you get in here in a Discord call with them. And it's also very nice, clean racing out there between them. This league isn't necessarily big enough that we do have, that will have stewards out there and race penalties race after race. Oh, Josh Heggie, he's going to push it way wide out there. His lap is done after and actually in the tire barriers a little bit. No. But back into what I was just mentioning out there. Oops, okay, that was Formula One pace out there for Josh. I'm going to have to rewind that one here for you and put it in slow-mo. Here you start to see that's probably that off-track penalty out there for Josh Heggie, and ultimately he knows the lap is just screwed, and then starts to just send it way wide. He knows that he's got a backup for him waiting down there in the truck, so it's okay. He's able to make a little bit of contact with this inside tire barrier there. Here we have Thomas Smythe, another man from the land down under, running in the 222 machine. What a vibrant, what is that? Got all the colors out there on it, ranging from pink and purple out there up at the front. We're going to orange, a little bit of red, blue, and then all the way down. Oh man, that one might already be paint scheme of the race. We've only seen, what, about 8, 9 of the plenty of paint schemes out there that we'll see in the actual race here coming up. But man, Thomas Smythe, that one's going to be a tough one to beat. Nice line out there after he hugs that inside concrete barrier. I mean, look at that. You can see those mirrors actually starting to clip through the wall out there. Very nice lines here thus far for Smythe. Man, he has gotten close and closer to them out there. Actually, maybe a little bit of contact with it that time by. You'll have to hope that he did not get a 0x, which I know you're like, keep them coming. Talk about some more incident penalties out there. 0x, it's just a kiss of the wall, but if it registers out there for it, that will also get rid of your lap time. These are important qualifying sessions right now, because with what has been a whole week of open qualifying sessions, ultimately would all come down here to this, taking the top 10 of those drivers and putting them out here for a top 10 shootouts, declaring the top 10 for our actual race, and then from 11th on back, I believe that just goes back into those open sessions. Tom doing a nice job there to really open up that kink entrance of the corner, slams that brake pedal shut, nice trail braking. He's going to get that nice right side rotation as well, that BMW machine. Quite another BMW, one of the 3 that we have seen thus far. Tom Smythe down and around the final corner of the track. Looks to be a relatively clean and steady, matter of fact, some nice slap out there going for him as well. It's so nice, he's going to want to do it twice. It's Thomas Smythe, 202 to pole position. My goodness gracious, a flyer of a lap time for that number 222 machine. And I think it was so much of a flyer out there that that's going to be our top 10 qualifying efforts. Tom Smythe to pole position. It's Samuel Cruz, Tim Reed, Jeremy Jukic, Joshua Muir, Christopher Romero, John Jennings, Nick Batista, rounding, that top 8 there. So join us in here in just a few moments' time. We're going to get this session reset. Going to get these, it looks like graphics reset here as well. Don't go anywhere. Sean Stam here on Stam Studio Network. Racing is heading your way here in just about 5-10 minutes' time. Thanks, everybody. what's going to happen out here is just so we're not wasting anybody's time. There's still going to be about a 10-minute break out there until the next race session actually opens up. So what I'm going to do, actually separating this first top 10 shootout here and the race, so it's going to be a separate podcast. Just make sure you join us out here in San Antonio here in just about 10-15 minutes time out there. Then we'll get ready to go racing action out there. So make sure you subscribe out there, turn on that bell. You're not going to want to miss a